Hello everyone, this is part number 16. It's time for Mammoth, a very impactful act for our build. We're gonna hunt various stuff, reputation in general. We managed to find a lot of upgrades. It's time to sell the useless stuff. As you know, if you follow the series, I don't keep items. Usually I play on a fresh save. But all of these things that I sell is actually pretty good items. Let's get started. I have enough diamonds ointments. We put a nice damage meter. We are pretty close to test our new armor. That's gonna put a lot of sustain. Also gonna put tons of rare resistances as well. I'm not sure about the damage, maybe gonna go a little bit down because my armor possesses a nice aura, which is basically just a damage around me, but there is a totem, definitely I want it. I miss few endgame components blueprints, so I can properly transit to endgame. That's a normal totem, so it's not gonna be that trippy. Actually, that put more damage on the table. I think this hut is too big. I need something smaller. This one's too big as well. This is too magician oriented. This is terrible. This is a true Gunslinger hut. So maybe I'm gonna go for this one. Do we have something blue base? Not really. A little bit Fallout look. I'm going for the max the main skill. I think it's time. And after that I'm gonna go for sustain. Again, too much oppressors. These are very dangerous mobs. They took up to 30% of your max life and makes you pretty vulnerable. I'm not gonna do the Dahlia's quest. I don't need this dagger. And the quest line's kinda annoying. I don't need it anyways. But here I need the blue zombie, because probably I'm gonna try locker. Because every single farmer needs to kill locker at some point. This zombie has 3 spawning locations. This one is one of them. And the other one is in a similar house base. Let's secure the rift before I start looking for the rest of the objectives. So here is the second spawn locations. You have to be careful to not kill him. You have to reset the game and hunting for him again. So I'll approach be carefully. He's not here. He's gonna be here behind the devotion shrine. In case if I didn't kill him by accident. So we have to approach here, be carefully. Yeah, I killed him. I saw him too late. He still lived though. But yeah, I blocked myself. I have to reset the game. But I'm not gonna do it in this episode. I saw him really late. I can come back at any point anyways. It's a 2-minute quest. Ether Fire of Mending. Actually not bad roll. I think I have the same somewhere. But this belt is pretty important, comes with entrapment duration. And this is the most important thing for a gunslinger, is to be mobile. That was too much damage. Blast shield saves my life here. This detonation site is very important, is part from my reputation grinding route. So I have plenty of dynamites. Definitely is gonna unlock this. Let's get few crystals, it's never a bad thing. Also density here is pretty good, so I'm gonna get experience and reputation. It's kinda crowded here. Never saw so much heroes in one place in this place. But that's normal, we hit-hated with them, so there is extra spawns. If you face tank him, he doesn't use his thunder mechanic. Also he is very slow, so usually damage is enough to alt heal basically his damage. I just mess it up my opener a little bit. That's why I take so much damage from him. And also mutators wasn't in my favor, I think. Definitely we want to finish the Malmut questline. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty close to. Actually, I'm not that close. We're gonna need the experience potions. The augment's quite nice. This is actually a pretty generic gun, but it's two-handed unfortunately. I hope they're gonna add a little bit more blueprints in the future. Cause 4 per faction is a little bit low and there is no flexibility. I don't think there is a gun, for example, or at least useful gun. Usually you're pretty limited when you start leveling as a gunslinger. That's why pre-35 gunslinger's pretty weak. It's very hard to put the build together because you lack attack speed, you lack certain devotion points, skill points, weapons as well. There is no proper MI. For example, if you start Bomberman Demolitionist, you have everything at the very beginning of the game. You're gonna deal constant damage as well. Force Wave is in the same way. You have Shambler's Amulet, you have several stuff to start score big damage. As I say, always kill this guy, pointless to... In Grim Dawn you're not the good guy anyways. Another 2 points in the main skill, spirit, and it's time to change some gear pieces for a better one. In general, the belt, let me double check before I destroy it. Actually, this one needs and I think I sell my belts. That's rough. Yeah. Let's take Sadina Memento. I hope I'm not gonna sell this as well. That's very rough. I have a 85 belt and probably sell it. I have Harmonious of attack. At least I can change my amulet. Harmonious of attack is a pretty good roll. And at this point my resistance is pretty stuck apart from the vitality. So I can finally use damage components on my jewelry slots, sorry. And these guys, they possess a good ones. I'm gonna use the baby versions first. That's a good one. Elemental damage is gonna boost all of my damage types. Flat life and flat offensive ability. This is extremely good for now until I unlock the godly ones. And I have to be careful for vitality shred. We unlock the orange numbers because our offensive ability is very high at this point. We have to... The next wagon is here. Did I mess it up the quest this time? No, I didn't. It's here. The next one's supposed to be here. Just have to find a way to go down. It's not gonna be so easy. My passive damage killed it, it was here. this is the only annoying quest in Malmut. Here is another big boss. I don't want to fight him with all these odds, so I'm gonna step a little bit. Enchanted Earth. If you don't find anything good, you can always kill Galacross for his armor. It's this version comes with explosive strike, so it's not bad substitute to the armors that I found. Can be even slightly better because can roll damage affixes and stuff. So it's an option. This one is an endgame version, it's a 94.
I've spoken with Corinne.
Always place few Inquisitor Seals so we can reposition safely. Never rely just on one.
The outpost resistance had
I'm gonna grab Yvonne's memory. It's an easy quest.
There you are. What is
Corinne is given this.
We're gonna find the supplies, which is another very easy quest. Malmut quest's actually pretty chill. So immediately when you leave the building, the first supply is at the east corner of this area. Never miss it because it's a lot of backtrack. Come back here. Again, the most dumbest NPC in the game. He just chose to die. But we appreciate the one-shot chest and the experience, so... So we got him here. This is a Flesh Weaver Haraxis. He is pretty squishy, but together with so much odds can be a little bit spicy, and we don't want to be spicy. It's gonna be a very funny if I die so deep at the game. So next supply point is after the Richter's quest. If you don't have dynamite, just remember there is a guaranteed one over here. You don't have to go craft for this quest. Nothing useful, but nice chunk of experience. Again, we are on the way to max the main skill. That's gonna put a little bit more damage, which we definitely need at this point. I think sustain wise we're doing okay. My blast shield didn't proc that often, so this is a sign that my gear finally is on the good state. I just have to watch out for the big single target hitters. We got all the supplies. Spirit them. A little bit more kills for the reputation. Why I max out my main skill so late at the game, I'm gonna explain. The most important thing when you play Grim Dawn is to focus first on a clear speed, AoE damage, and after that you can focus on the single target damage and stuff. That's why I leave it as a points that I got from armor and stuff and just put 1 points. And I max out, for example, Explosive Strike for the clear speed. Unfortunately, I don't have much point to max out Static Strike. It's not very important anyways. We're gonna have a lot from the gear, but you need to max out Brimstone or Soft Cap at some point. Now again, very important moment, you want to blow this detonation site so we can go back for the Black Dogs quest. Otherwise you're gonna walk through the whole map. Also this open a spot if you want to farm special gear. For example, flesh wrap tomes. I usually don't add this boss to my reputation grinding because he is kinda far away. Stormguard leggings. This is actually a pretty good caster. We're gonna craft this definitely, so we can finally swap these ones. For now they're okay, but Stormguard leggings is what we're looking for. Let's focus on objective. We kinda slow down ourselves with these runs, but I want the experience potions. I want to hit 100 as soon as possible so I can kill Lockhart and I can end up the series. And I'm gonna plan the next one. Probably I'm not gonna manage to farm the whole endgame gear because I play on fresh account. I can transfer some stuff, but still I miss a lot of stuff for this build. But I'm gonna post two versions. One of them is gonna be Matt Lee version of the build, which is Dagallon Destroyer, and I think his Dagallon Destroyer is a very decent one according to the videos he posted his channel. And the next version is gonna be a proper hardcore version because usually Matt Lee plays a softcore. And the next version is gonna be RektbyProtoss Stronghold Pistol and Shield Purifier, which I think is a very unique playstyle. Also very solid and very stable as a build. Of course, if you pick RektbyProtoss endgame route, you have to pick a different devotion path because Stronghold Purifier is a purely focus on a fire damage, and my current build is a pre-Dagallon Destroyer, so I focus on lighting and fire and a little bit of cold for the crowd control. I'm gonna probably attempt Locker in a crap gear in hope to we're gonna be very lucky if I found Dagallon's helm blueprint so I can craft it. The whole set. Here is a one-shot chest.
this is what the preliminary.
So here I'm gonna show you again how to do this area quick. First, that's a pretty bad spawn. I'm gonna reposition myself. These guys charge at once. Is a death sentence. So here is the first exhaust vent, and I'm gonna show you how to do them in a proper order so you save yourself time instead of looking at the map. These guys very annoying, they use mirror of a rock piece that makes them basically immortal for a few seconds. You have to be careful to not aggro the boss, because fighting with her alongside with all these ads is a very dangerous situation. Sometimes when you are off-screen build like mine, you can pretty easily attract her. Again, nothing useful. So what about this boss? It's shotguns. That was the shotgun. If you fight her next to the wall, you're not gonna be hit by her meteor. There is a healer here. As you can see, her meteor flashed at the door. I got hit. I move a little bit, so she managed to. That was kinda close. Thankfully, she doesn't use her shotgun attack immediately after the meteor. It's probably she's gonna end the series before me in that case. So immediately after you kill her, you have to use the one of these routes, either here or over here. This totem is a free reputation. Again, nothing useful. So much tank stuff and nothing for us. This is the second exhaust event. And now we move forward. I want to kill every single sentinel. We're gonna need a second floor. And immediately after we leave this building is the next vent. It's over here. At that point we open our path to Theodin Marcel. and finally end up his monstrosity at Malmut. But before I do that, I'm gonna jump really quick to the Coven. There is a quest that I hope is available now. This quest is very important. I'm gonna kill the ethereal that possessed me at the very beginning of the game. Basically at the intro. Yeah, quest is available. This quest is very important at Ultimate, not that important at normal and elite, because at Ultimate this quest gives 1 skill point. Another quest like this is killing Dravis, which is basically at the end of Forgotten Gods. Usually I like to skip Forgotten Gods for most part, but this quest forced me to do it. I found this act not very enjoyable, not very grim down, in my opinion. Missing this despair and gory style. It's a nice and beautiful desert and nothing that clearly screams grim dawn. There is a devotion shrine at Ultimate here as well, which is a nice bonus. Maxing main skills gonna boost our leech as well, because it's based on a weapon damage, which is quite nice. Here is this. Usually this area is locked if you don't have the quest. It's quite short. Austria is at the very end of this room. You can see the star marker. I'm gonna wait for my blast shield comes online again, because she can be quite dangerous, but not so much. In the first phase she's pretty squishy. She uses a frozen sky shark. And we got our skill point. Goes immediately to the fire strike. And we can continue to our main objective. We got a lot of healers. I saw hero. This guy is a vampiric, he leech life from you. This area is pretty dense, so I approach be carefully. I'm gonna kill this guy. It's much better if you kill him. He possesses a orb like any other hero. He's gonna drop, as you can see, a good loot. And if you free him, nothing happens. I prefer the loot. He is a ethereal, so nothing wrong.
I underestimated you with my
I am to kill Krieg another time. Bounty Hunter is a pretty good Gunslinger set, but this is just the shoulder guards. I mean, it's not the Bounty Hunter set. It's just an item with the same name, but usually it's for Pierce. I'm gonna backtrack a little bit because I didn't find any of the other two bosses, and I'm curious. Probably they stuck next to each other, which is a very dangerous spawn. I don't want to fight them at once. Okay, we got that. I'm not completely sure, but I think Havoc is a gun, but probably Chaos. Actually not. It's a physical gun. It shows more damage. But not supposed to. It adds a lot of offensive ability. I'm just double check the damage. Now definitely lose damage with that. So unfortunate. This is a lighting gun, but again lose a lot of damage. Here we have to be careful. Remember, I have a cluster. If you have a cluster, You have to use it probably if things get spicy. Theodin Marcel, it's not a joke at ultimate. This is a good time to play some Inquisitor Zeus. It's quite annoying, he's one of the bosses that have several faces and several animations. Watch out for the crystals, he's gonna activate them. Watch out for the thunder. That's the thunder. Watch out for the crystals. He activates them. That was a pretty close call. Oh, oh. I think I survived, but that last few crystals. Oh, that's pretty unfortunate. I think I have to gear a little bit better before I approach this fight. Anyways, I'm gonna pause the endgame builds. Unfortunately, that happened at Grimdown. I think this is my second death here at Ultimate to Theodin Marcel. Again, the same mechanic. He activates the crystals. I didn't pay attention. I just focused to kill him and I end up shotgunned for a couple of them. Not shotgunned, multiple hit by both the right and the left one. I positioned myself pretty bad. But it's what it is. RIP. Thank you everyone for watching. It's gonna be a different series next time. I'm not gonna recreate this one. In general, that's the playstyle. Unfortunately, I'm not the best gunslinger in Grimdown. Usually my playstyle is quite different. I try to execute this as best as possible. Unfortunately, I did a very huge mistake at the Theodin Marcel fight. Positioned myself in between both crystals. It's a definitely rocky mistake. Anyways, I'm gonna post the two endgame versions to other players. If you still plan to finish this one. Thank you everyone for watching. See you in the next series.